Live stream coverage of the 2024 TAT Amateur National Tournament. Live from the Gold Coast Casino and Hotel in Las Vegas. The 2024 TAT Amateur National Tournament, brought to you by Storm and the SPI family of products. By the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino, home of the April 2024 Senior Team Classic. By Kegel, built for bowling. By Coolwick, official apparel merchandiser for the Storm Youth Championships. And by Lane Talk, the app that connects bowlers and bowling centers. Now, live from the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, it's live stream coverage of the 2024 TAT Amateur National Tournament.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm joined by Tyler Jensen, the president of Storm Products Inc., and we are here at the True Amateur Tournaments in Las Vegas.
At the Gold Coast.
At the beautiful Gold Coast.
Yeah, beautiful. Good afternoon, Storm Nation.
So, Tyler, you've been meeting the people.
Oh, you know what? I tell you what. I came in here yesterday, and I walked in, and all I wanted to do was bowl. Like
you said that.
The energy I've never seen this many people. I think I bowled the very first TAT. It was back at Texas Station when Jamie's father ran it, when Ed ran the tournament. Dan Nadu did the announcements, and he's here. His son's Chase is bowling. But I've never seen this many people.
Oh,
it's insane.
Well, this is a record. The reason you haven't seen this many people is because this is a record-breaking TAT.
Yeah.
Record.
So, and just to see, I think what makes this tournament great is there's ex-PBA bowlers playing, and then there's I saw a guy using a house ball the other day, throwing it 100 at the head pin. So it's just a wonderful experience for the bowlers. They get to get that competitive, they get the taste of bowling in a tournament and that competitive rush, and they can take it as serious or not as serious as they want.
Yeah, and there's all different skill levels, all different divisions. There's so many different ways to make a couple bucks this week here in beautiful Las Vegas. And yeah, it's a fun time.
Weather's been great, I think. It seems nice in the bowling center. I got to wear a pullover. It's a little chilly. But.
There were a few people that mentioned that they went golfing on some off days, and they said it was perfect. It was not hot. It was not too cold. So down in the bottom of your screen, you do see the bowlers. They're finishing up practice, and we're going to get started now. This is the first time today that all of the bowlers have been on the floor at the same time, because they had multiple starts for the day. So we started, of course, with the 189 and under, then the 215 and under, then the senior 36 and above and 36 and under age divisions. Now
everybody's together.
Everyone is together. Everyone is bowling.
And if there's six people on a pair, they go to 3.
Yes.
And if there's 4 or 5, they go to 2.
2. Yeah. Yes. And
which is always a fun format. It's like you're bowling your pair, which is great.
Yeah. And pretty soon, the next round, we're going to have some, I don't know if it's the next round. It probably is the next round in some of the scratch divisions. But when they get to 3, it goes down to 1 person.
Yeah. And that's exciting.
So how did you do when you bowled the TAT?
I don't think I ever really bowled well in the TAT. The TAT was, whether it was the format, I never got off the pairs, or Texas Station wasn't my place. And I loved it there. I even went and came and ran the pro shop one week of the TAT.
Nice.
That was 20 years ago. But yeah, Texas Station was fantastic, and had a great tournament. I mean, it was great.
Well, and you mentioned the pro shop. Of course, this week the bowlers got the opportunity to purchase virtual energy blackouts and summits.
VBOs.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah, and the pro shop has been very busy here.
Yeah. I think I worked the ballroom a little bit yesterday and gave out a ton of bowling balls and shirts, and I think that's what hit me yesterday. A guy was saying that he bowled earlier in the week, and I believe they're taking 1 out of 8
Yeah.
So on his squad, they had 15. So he came in second, bowled like 630, and the TAT staff came down and said, "Congratulations, you've made the cut." And he's like, "Well, what are you talking about? We had 15 people, so 1 out of 8 only first goes." And they said, "No, we decided to take 2 since we were so close to
Wow.
16."
Yeah.
And that's what hit me with this tournament is they take care of the bowler. And
They do.
it's kind of a perfect relationship for us being the bowler's company. You know, we're always striving to be there for the bowler. And, you know, you come to our meetings and we're probably going to start the meeting off with what somebody shot last night in league or who beat them or what ball they used. And it was really fun to see that because the synergy between the TAT and Storm is really just, it's perfect.
Yeah, agreed. And you're right. Jamie does a great job. We were talking about it. You know, this is an amateur tournament, right? So
Yep.
these bowlers come out and they're taking time off of work. This is a vacation week for them.
Yeah.
And so Jamie does a great job of not only giving you the opportunity to build your own schedule for the week so you can have a vacation with your family,
Yep.
but also gives you chances to make money all week long. So it doesn't all come down to Sunday. A lot of bowlers have made a little bonus here and there throughout the week already by the time they get here.
And you see a lot of guys that do the marathon entry, and then if they qualify early, if they're lucky enough to do that, they'll come bowl for brackets. I saw a lot of guys yesterday just said, "Hey, I want to bowl and get my swing going and get my legs underneath me." You know,
Absolutely.
being in Vegas for a couple days, you can lose your legs. You know,
You
a little
can.
bit of sleep and
little lack of sleep.
a little lack of sleep. So they want to get kind of back in the groove for today because it really just comes down to today bowling that game on your pair.
Yeah, so our friend Carlos here on 39, we met him a couple years ago, and last year was his first year he ever made it to Sunday, and he's back again.
And he was super excited to be on. He said, "Are you going to go on the live streaming? 'Cause I get to bowl on 39 and 40." So.
And he's from the crew that comes from Mexico.
Yeah, there's 201, I believe.
210 bowlers. Yeah.
I was teasing Alex there to say, "When are you going to charter a plane?" And I think at first he thought I was kind of joking, and then I think it clicked.
He
He's
thought
like,
about it?
I could charter a plane.
He could, absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Okay, awesome.
We're just joined by Jamie. He's dropping off a little info here.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there were 389 finalists.
Wow. This is incredible. 389 finalists that made it to today.
So today he's paying out $250,000.
Or you could say $250,000. $250,000 at the Gold Coast today is in play. I mean, that is
now how
that's
did
exciting.
we get bumped for the Super Bowl? Come on.
I don't know.
Anyway,
there was over 1,400 bowlers. That's individual unique bowlers.
Yeah.
Which attributed to over 5,000 entries.
It's amazing.
Absolutely insane. You asked about that first TAT. I think I was one of the last bowlers to sign up because I wasn't quite sure, if I could get off of school because I was 17 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know if I could come bowl. I think my entry number was 83 or something like that, and I was one of the last guys. So think of that now. This thing is 1,400
Huge.
bowlers.
Yeah.
A payout. So as Blair mentioned, the bowlers had the opportunity for the entire week to make some money.
Mhm.
We're estimating a payout of $700,000 for the week, which I think that echoes to what I was saying though, Blair. It's really a tournament for the bowler. It's not, so all the money's not being paid out today. It's been spread out over the week where you can have a few fun days, get catch a couple rounds, bowl the Storm Challenge tournament.
Yeah.
And, it's wonderful.
Well, and that's the other thing he does, and this is how it is an amateur tournament. That's what, Norm's been talking a lot about the differences between a professional tournament and an amateur tournament. And there's many reasons that make this one so good for an amateur bowler, and it's the reason people come back, right? Yep. But the Storm Challenge is a great example. So every year, Jamie just pays down more spots, right, and all the spots are equal. So you get a check. Like, how cool is that?
That's wonderful.
Come and no tap tournament and walk out with a check and go pay for dinner.
Over
right?
500 bowlers, right?
It's,
this time in the
500 bowlers. They had 2 separate start times. It's unbelievable. All right, so on 39 and 40, we have Carlos from how do you say that?
Yes, Mexico.
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 And then
From Mexico.
Rogario
From Brazil.
from Brazil. Jeff from Illinois. We'll just stick with states.
I was thinking you were going to say Illinois. I was thinking you did so well getting through Mexico and Brazil.
Yeah. Oh, then I'll stutter. Ricardo from Mexico. Luke Brown. He is from Utah. He is a local in the Utah area, a young one too. I think he's barely adult.
Okay.
And then Randy, who's from California.
And where is Saratoga Springs, Utah, in relation? So we're in
Salt Lake-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, Salt Lake area.
Most of the Storm employees are in Ogden or that nearby area. Of course, the bowling ball manufacturing facility is in Brigham City. So,
yeah. Luke hangs out with all the Reese crew.
Very nice.
So, and he's bowled some SYCs, and he's come up through the ranks of the junior league. And you know, he's part of the crew there too, that they really have made bowling better in the Northwest. You know, some of these kids they want the conditions to be more challenging, and they've encouraged tournament directors to let youth bowl in their tournaments.
Yeah.
And there's a big push, because there's not as much bowling in the Northwest as there is in the Midwest and the East Coast for the kids.
Well,
so.
that's been, the interesting part from, living so long in Texas now to Utah is the tournaments that are in that area are all jammed in like 9 weeks in a row. Like if you're going to bowl 9 weekends straight of tournaments, and then you're not going to bowl for a year.
Exactly, right?
Looking pretty good with that one.
Yeah. Good shot by Luke. So 3 advance off this pair. This one is a scratch division. There's no handicap involved, I think. Yeah, no handicap involved.
And the other thing, Blair, I think the coolest there's so many cool things about this event, but you look around, and I noticed that this morning actually when I walked in. There's families yelling for their significant other or father or husband or whatever, and
100%.
they're and wives, and it's such a cool environment because, and right here behind us we've got obviously 2 bowlers from Mexico, part of the group, and there's got to be 6 or 7 fans here with them. So it's just absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. Norm's smiling because Tyler is in the booth. Norm's signing some autographs.
Yeah. I got pictures today. People wanted to take a picture with me, but I think it was just because I was standing with Norm.
No.
And I think they mistaken me for his agent or, former ball rep or something.
Well, it's that classy
sure.
Blue Horizon gear you're wearing this week.
I have been in the Horizon gear all week.
New collection for stormbowling.com.
Had the tracksuit on yesterday. Was feeling it.
Yeah.
And, today, I did need. It's a little chilly up in the bowl.
It is. It's perfect for the bowlers, though.
Yeah. I haven't heard anybody upset with the bowling condition.
So, Jamie told me, and we have to get the official number of years, but close to or more than 10 years, Storm has been part of the TAT. And I don't think that's changing anytime soon, right, Tyler?
No,
we're
not
in.
at all.
We're all in.
Yeah, we're in.
We love it.
We're in. We had a wonderful relationship with the high roller, and I think when the TAT, well, actually it started as the TAC.
Okay.
It was I think it was called the True Amateur Classic.
Okay.
And you had the high roller, you had we got a low power mode here going on.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, we had the high roller, we had the mini eliminator, and then the TAC started. And it was a lot. When you came here, you were here when you came to Las Vegas to bowl in those, you were here a couple weeks, and the schedule was pretty demanding. But it's great to see what this has evolved into with the bowlers. And Storm is very happy and very proud to be part of it. We've always had a presence with the Mega Buck events back then in the day in Las Vegas. So it's great to see it continue on with the TAT.
Yeah, it's impressive. And, Jason Belmonte bowled
Yeah.
high roller events. Like, everyone.
I remember getting into like a top 12 with Mike Fagan, and I think we were both probably we had to be in our teens,
Right.
and it was just and I didn't get to experience the days of the high roller where you hear the stories of people just screaming in the back and playing the one game match and heads up, and it just sounded incredible. But yeah, it's wonderful.
Brad Edelman is writing a book, I believe, right?
I hope so. He should.
I think he is. I think it's going to
plenty of stories.
come out this year, and that's the rumor on the street, is you'll get to read some of those stories. They should sell it at the TAT for sure, so that people know what it's like.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike Fagan, he was my favorite pro bowler when I was a kid.
Yeah,
He was. I loved his swing. It was so
Beautiful.
cool. Yeah,
Crowd's going wild here.
absolutely. We did have a pretty long break in between the last round and then this round, so some bowlers probably are a little. Some might have just bowled, some didn't bowl. Some had bowled earlier this morning and went and got lunch, came back.
I didn't notice the re-oil schedule. Is there?
There is none.
There is none. They ran them this morning, and they're going to finish the event.
Well, the grand finals, they will oil before that
Okay.
match. So the only time you see fresh is that first round today, and then when you make it to the grand finals.
And I believe it's a 41-foot pattern. I mean, even when they bowl on the double burn, they're still pretty slick.
Yeah. So if you get it right of about 8,
It's not going to
It's
come
gone.
back. Maybe a summit will come back, but that's about it.
maybe.
Yeah. Or an absolute power.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the crazy thing. Like, we've been talking all day. It tricks your mind. Like, like we're watching bowlers, and then they get in their head, and they're like, "Oh, I'm throwing it bad," and they don't realize that it's not them.
Right.
It's what the pattern is telling them. So.
That's some amazing insight there, boy.
Oh,
Thank you. What
yeah.
the pattern is telling you.
Oh yeah, expert. Me and the A board.
That's deep.
They took my A board out of play this tournament. I need to talk to Jamie.
Got to be 2 boards left of that.
Yeah, I love the A board. Luke did something a few years ago with his buddies that I wonder if you ever did, because you grew up bowling. So at team trials one year, they all had this like bet that the lowest person had to like do dares and stuff.
Okay.
He had to shave his head
He
after
did?
one of the rounds because he was the low man, and he had like no hair. We're all like, "What happened?" He's like, "Yeah, I had to shave my head." Did you ever do that with your friends?
Well, we did have lots of little challenges, but I was pretty well known for like in the youth events for, you'd come see me by the 3rd frame to sign up for the high pot.
Oh, alrighty.
I had high pots, eliminators, brackets. I mean, anything you
You
wanted.
had under the table stuff in youth bowling?
Maybe, allegedly. I don't know. Blair, can we talk about this or no?
I don't think they could retroactively take
Okay.
away.
The statute of limitations.
Were you in the smart money days or not? No,
I'm
smart
not talking about that either.
All right, Tyler is now concerned. Yeah. Here's my pal Kai. Kai is upset. All day everyone has been commenting on the fact that they can't see every pair of lanes.
Well, Kai, where does Kai live?
I'm not sure.
Kai, come on out to Las Vegas. It's actually they have a major airport here. I'll come pick you up if you get here within the next hour, and I'll bring you here, and you can see all 67, 70 lanes. There's 2 pairs down, so
Yeah.
we've only got 60, 65 and 66 look like they're going, but. Well, welcome to show you around, Kai.
Yeah, and the financial commitment of providing a free live stream to the bowlers. It takes a bit of equipment just to provide what we're providing now.
What do you mean free?
Like, it's free for the
We don't have.
There's no paywall.
We don't. We're not getting anything for this.
Tyler's out. Tyler, to see Kai, you made Tyler leave the building. No, we believe. Here's what we believe. This is our strategy as store. Now, hopefully, you agree.
I hope so.
So we sponsor tournaments,
Yep.
and one of the ways that we enhance the tournament is allow a few pairs to be seen by their friends and family at home. Like we have bowlers from Mexico, so there's been families watching from Mexico, and we believe that it should be open and free to everyone instead of charging an amount to see the live stream.
Our main, our vision, values, and purpose at Storm has been for almost the 20 years that I've been there is it's all about growing the sport and growing bowling. So, we have no problem showing a guy that might be wearing another brand's logo or using another ball, because if it gets people to watch bowling, we feel like it's good for bowling.
Yes.
And that's what we're about.
And the reason we chose this pair of lanes is because
I have no idea why.
The internet is right below me.
Okay.
There's one Ethernet port that's hot for us. Thank you, Gold Coast. Which, by the way, is another. We have to ask permission to live stream in a casino because.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, there's a big. I mean, look at MGM this year, right?
You might have some teenage kid running high pots while he's bowling. So
well, that too. Yeah, really. Yeah, but their firewall's so secure in casinos, and they're basically just letting us come into it, which is not very. We thank you.
Yeah,
thank you, Gold Coast. We promise we don't do anything crazy.
The entire Boyd property is just. They love bowling. I mean, they've had it just at just about every one of their. Samstown was, I think, the first, right?
I think so, yeah.
And Orleans, Gold Coast.
Well, and Samstown was so supportive of the ladies' tour back in the day, and it's just, Vegas is a great bowling, historic bowling town.
And I was at South Point a couple nights ago and went and watched one of their leagues, and it was the whole place was packed, full house. 5 on a lane. It's a bowling town.
It really is.
It's a bowling town.
Yeah.
And you have a lot. There's always, there's also there's another event across town, and then next week the Big Kahuna starts, which is basically like a team tournament from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So you've got there's a ton of people from Hawaii that are here, and we'll be sticking around for that as well.
It's awesome.
Actually, I can't see lane 38. Sorry, Kai.
You can see lane 38.
Yeah, that's Terrence Fernandez there. He's owns WLE, which is Wildlife Lawn and Equipment. But he also has, so he's got this is such a cool shop. You walk into his store, and he has all kinds of equipment for your lawn, landscaping, like riding tractors that, cut grass. And then on the other side of the store, he has WLE bowling supply.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
that's so cool.
He hired Keith Odette, which is it's the logo there of the bowler, the shadow.
Yeah.
Keith was probably one of the best bowlers from Honolulu, and Keith does all the ball drilling there. He's been part of Storm for a long time.
That's awesome. All right, we will show 41 and 42 too. See, we have 2 cameras. Everyone's mad.
Let's go, Dennis. You can do it. Got a Dennis fan.
I love it. 41 and 42, the bowlers there are Kevin Wilson, Tim Voitko from Brunswick, Ohio. Kevin's from Arizona. Sam Capizzi from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
Trico Holland, Richmond, California, and Marvin Hale, Thousand Oaks, California.
I see Tim here. He's sitting in front of us. He's got a really cool pair of some old school Storm bowling shoes.
Ah, yeah, nice.
That I remember we picked out that had Thunder Leather is what we called that.
Leather.
Yeah, it was called Thunder Leather. I remember picking those out in the factory in China. Thunder Leather. I said that's got to be a Storm shoe.
I love it.
Remember the day.
I like the Storm shoes. I like the 3G shoes now, too.
The 3G shoes are pretty awesome.
Yeah, those racers. I've seen a lot of racers this week, actually.
And now that, we have a full stock of all the accessories, the slide soles, the heels. And I was telling a guy, I've had a busy week, Blair. I was also at the USBC. They had a couple squads, so I was at the Open Championships a few days ago.
You made your trip count. That's what they call it.
And I was explaining to the guys in the booth how the sole and heel system works for the Formula outsole.
Nice.
And they were really thought it was cool when we got to start this project. We kind of built the line from scratch, so we got to pretty much do it the way we wanted to, whether it's right or wrong, but we got to take a stab at it. And the heels are all an odd number, and the slide soles are all an even number. So it makes it easier for the consumer to order, hey, if I need an 18, it's a slide sole, and then an odd number would be a heel.
Yeah, the other thing that just hit the websites, and I think it's going to be in Pro Shop soon, is those the shoe fresheners.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. The little, for anyone that played any other sports or did anything, there were always those sneaker balls, right?
Yep, sneaker balls.
And so now 3G has come out with their shoe fresheners, and they look like bowling balls,
which
is fun.
It's a cute little design.
Yeah.
We had a really hard time with those, Blair, of deciding which brand that those should live in, because we did have some samples of the sneaker ball was actually a Storm bowling ball,
which is really cool.
Yeah, I think it was the Nova that they might have used as the color sample.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went together, right? Because Storm has the scented bowling balls, so we should have the sneaker ball. But ultimately, we ended with the shoe company should have the shoe,
which does make sense.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. But I could see how that would be. I do have people that maybe took a tour during that time where they were on Steve's desk, because sometimes if you take a tour of HQ, you might see something that you can't say.
Yes.
But people ask me, they go, "Hey, I saw them as ball. Are they gonna be bowling balls?" Like, I'm like, I don't think so, but who knows? Maybe they will someday.
One day. We also had some great giveaways here this week. We had some absolute power charging.
Cables.
Okay,
yeah,
cables,
they're charging cables. Yeah. So what it is it's a handy little. Now there's 1,000 different cords. I
gave all mine away.
I think I have one. I saved one.
This is
Yeah. So this is what we have this week for everyone.
Hot product here.
Yeah. So someone's gonna come and steal it from the booth.
Debuted.
So there's 3 charging cables, and then it's brought to you by Absolute Power, of course.
Yep.
And so the issue nowadays for anyone that has any electronic device is every single device takes a different charger. Have you run into this?
I have. I'm trying to migrate to the USB-C type adapter.
Yeah, that's the new one. So this has one of those on here, but some people might still have an older iPhone that requires this. So this cable you can throw in your bag, and you charge with the USB, and then whatever cord you may need, you have it there.
Yep.
So it's handy dandy.
Oh, we've got a appearance from Lee up.
All boxed up, ready to go. There's a small pallet with Alex's stuff and our display stuff. Then we have one full pallet of boxes.
Lee's giving us an update here. Sales rep, and in for this territory, he was operating in the ballroom and handed out. I bet it was over 1,000 balls this week, and all kinds of other giveaways, grip sacks, backpacks, shirts.
All the balls are gone.
Bags.
That's the update.
All the balls are gone.
They're gone. They're gone. We sold out.
Really cool that we mix it up this time. We sometimes we have a I guess you'd call it a rule, right? With our distribution network, we try and protect everybody in our space. But we like to have a ball that's past 90 days from being released that we would use for these kind of special events. But we use the Vibo and the Summit here, Virtual Energy Blackout.
Yeah.
And it was really successful. The bowlers really enjoyed getting something that new.
Well, and they are great tournament balls.
They are. Yeah,
I mean, if you could
play off each other really well.
That was the thing. Like, we actually, when we were doing some of the pre-videos with Chris Schlemmer and Kendall, they were talking about how there's the Absolute Power bonus this weekend, which someone may win an extra $1,500 today.
And if you're in the Southwest Bowlers Forum, you win $3,000 because I doubled it for anybody.
Oh
that's
yeah,
in that.
someone asked me this week. They go, "Is Tyler serious?" I go, "He's serious." Yeah. So Tyler's doubling it. So go join if you're here and you're listening. Join Southwest Bowlers Tour. That group's gonna get a lot of members. But we have the Absolute Power, which we were telling people, if you're going to gamble, this is a good gamble, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a good ball. You can't go wrong with it.
A great ball.
Right. So, but then you add in the Vibo, which was the entry ball, and the Summit, which has that new AI core, and that was the Storm Challenge ball. That's a bag that you now have after bowling the TAT. that bag goes everywhere
Yep.
with me,
Yeah,
right?
for
Like
sure.
that's it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the absolute power. You know, I'm involved quite a bit on the international side of our business, and we have a program called OEMs where they manufacture their original equipment manufacturing, but they kind of come up with their own style of balls, right?
Right.
For mostly our Asian market. And so I see, my point of this is I see 65, 70 balls a year.
There's a lot that go
developed.
out in that. Yes.
But I went down and I was watching Hank Boomershine, our vice president of sales and R&D. He was bowling on the lanes, and this was probably back in December, and he threw that absolute power, and I just stopped and I went, whoa. And I had this conversation with Gary, our vice president of marketing. I said, this ball, and I think he thought I was like, you see so many balls. Come on, you're not. Are you being real? And I said, this thing is special. I haven't seen a ball in a couple of years, perform like that. So absolute power and Summit Peak are just killing it.
Told people, everyone that was part of the old Storm era, if you will have it, this ball reminded you all of like an old Storm reaction that you all got real excited about. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
Not that there's nothing wrong with, all the balls from Storm. There's no miss.
But you just have those ones that catch on that are really special, like a Phase 2 or this was reminded me of virtual gravity.
Yes.
It's like, wow, that thing is something. It gets down the lane and it still comes around the corner.
Okay, I have a question for you after I answer Travis's question. So Manny, who's also from the Utah area, is bowling on 38. He's the D bowler. He has 100 in the sixth. He unfortunately opened.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And then there's a question. Luke's score. Where is he at? Luke is killing it.
Yeah, Luke's bowling well.
Yeah, spare in the fifth with a double after it. He has 118 in the fifth, so he's bowling very, very well on his pair. And Manny came back and struck. You saw that. So anyway, okay, my question. We get asked all the time about the OEMs you talked about.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't have.
It's okay.
All right.
No, but we explain to people that it's just different overseas. Bowling is just different because, and can you talk a little bit about like why there are so many releases over there versus here? If you can, I don't know.
It is different. It's you walk in and it is when you see somebody practicing, like it's just a different mindset. The bowler takes it so serious. I mean, it's like they have a set routine of getting ready and where everything's placed, taping their thumb. But the OEMs came from, obviously we have a challenging environment with some like parallel importing. And the market there, they like to have their own product that is built for them. They design the cover stocks, pick the colors, pick the cores, and they design them for their lanes, their lane types. Normally the lanes are a little tighter. They don't seem to get I wouldn't call it as clean, but the back ends aren't just as crisp as like here.
Right.
And so they develop some products that are more suited for that. And we've been doing it for 27 years, I think.
Amazing.
We actually have our biggest customer in the world is here in Las Vegas, Mr. Jun from Ginseng in Korea, and had a wonderful dinner with him last night. He was on a golf trip with some of his friends from Korea. They came just to have a few days in Las Vegas. And
is that a thing? Like they just travel to Las Vegas?
Yeah, they played 4 days of golf in Palm Springs, and then they've got 3 days of golf here. And just it was wonderful to catch up with them
That's cool.
And see him. Blair, he is building this bowling center that is out of this world.
Really?
Yeah, you've never seen anything like it. It's it's in just outside of Seoul in South Korea. It's going to open up in July. It's 44 lanes, and it will house the distributor office, their inventory, so they'll have all their warehouse space, which includes Storm, Rotogrip, Global, 3G, Master, Kegel, Cubica AMF. I believe they have a couple. I don't know if they do all the grip companies, but they'll have all their inventory there in the warehouse, their offices. They'll have a training center, a cafe.
Oh my gosh.
They've got a tennis ball court, a pickleball court, a soccer field. I mean, this thing they've got an escalator in the bowling center.
Wow.
Yeah. And so when they open up, they have 250 tournaments days booked the first year.
Is the PBA going there?
They should.
They should.
Yeah, they should.
That should happen.
Mr. Tom Clark, I'll text you in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Get you out to Seoul.
Yeah, really. Go visit it. See it.
So, but this, I guess, maybe this helps explain the OEM bowling ball market.
I'm gonna ask our friend Brett Cooper. I'm not. I'm
in the middle of a story.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna ask Brett Cooper to give our bowlers their score sheets because they need those in a minute.
I'm disappointed.
Can you give these to the bowlers? Those are their score sheets. Can you pass those down? I'm back.
Took all my momentum.
No, I'm sorry. I was looking. These bowlers are gonna finish, and they're not gonna write down their scores, and then we're gonna get yelled at.
Oh, that's true. We should probably pay attention to bowling and tell them
Okay,
stories.
go ahead.
All right, so everything is so well thought. That's what I was. Everything's so. The thought process is just executed to a T. So you walk into this bowling center, and it's got 240 parking spaces.
240 parking spaces?
Yeah, because 240 people can bowl on a squad.
Oh
So
my
everybody has their
gosh.
own parking space. There's a turnaround for the idea is they'll have like charter buses. So there's a turnaround for buses to come drop off the bowlers.
So he thought of everything.
Everything. Absolutely everything.
And how many lanes was it?
44.
44 lanes. That's. Now, I wish people would think like that in the U.S.
Ah, it's incredible. It'd be great. So we got some cups coming up here, right?
We do, yes. So the
Got anything exciting?
top 3 on every pair that we're watching will be moving on, and these are all scratch, I believe.
I don't see on 39 and 40, which is our Kai. That's our featured pair.
It is.
That's the Storm, the live stream featured pair.
Featured
39
pair.
and 40. I don't see a whole lot of excitement here. It looks like what do you think? Bowler C,
Bowlers,
E, and D are pretty much locked. Would you say?
I do believe that one is pretty much the lock, and
Yeah.
those bowlers are Rogario, who Rogario has his whole fan club to the left of you.
Okay.
We hear them cheer.
This is Rogario's group. Rogario? No, I don't
No?
think so.
Oh no, they all cheer when he.
Yeah. C.
Rogario.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rogario. Okay. Yeah. Fighting. Yes. Yeah, they're here.
They're all here. And then our bowler D is Luke.
I think Luke just he broke up the big 4, but he still has a split. But he's safe.
Yeah,
I don't
right?
think anybody can even catch him.
And then the B bowler is Ricardo from Mexico. Mexico.
And then did we have somebody asking about 41 and 42? There was is it Sam? Creasy
Sam, yes.
I just caught a glimpse of him throwing it, and he has a beautiful release.
He's awesome. You know, Sam is.
Well, you know him.
I do, because he is from Rochester, as we said.
Okay.
He helped with the SYC when we were there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's on staff with us, and
Beautiful.
yeah, he does so much.
Looks like he's using a Summit Peak, but his release is fantastic.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's the nicest guy too. But everyone you meet this week, I haven't met anyone mean yet. Have you?
Upstairs, no. Down by the tables, yes.
Oh, me too.
I've ran into a couple blackjack dealers that are not the nice people.
Not on your
Not
not
nice
on your
people.
list.
No, not getting a Christmas card from me, boy.
Man, we'll talk to the Gold Coast.
I wasn't just here. Tables have been rough this week.
Everything's been rough
Yeah.
this week. Las Vegas is keeping their money, I
Yes.
think.
And there's a huge event today. There's a marathon on the strip.
Yeah. Do you know there was a bowler? I didn't know this because I had heard the marathon was happening, and there's a bowler who his wife planned to
Yes.
run the marathon. Came out. Did you tell me the story?
No, but
Okay.
that's Jason Duran.
Okay, yeah. So wife came, and then he's bowling the tournament,
Yeah,
right?
well, he was.
Oh, okay.
He had like a 180. He bowled great. He had like a 689, I think, in qualifying.
Oh wow.
I was just catching up with him. Oh yeah, we got some action.
That is
Brazil. So not from Mexico.
No, he's from Brazil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Ricardo, the B bowler, is from Mexico, and Carlos is from Mexico.
But yeah, back to your so Jason Duran, he's long time. He was a PBA player, went to
Nice.
Wichita State. Great bowler from Denver, Colorado. And, he bowled this morning and unfortunately didn't make the cut. But his wife is running. I think she's running the 10K or the half marathon tonight, which is pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah, and they're running on the strip.
Yeah,
That's actually kind of cool, I think.
should be pretty neat.
How come Corbin didn't run the Las Vegas Marathon?
Aren't they running? There's an Ogden marathon coming up here pretty soon.
Oh, okay. Is that what he? Oh, yeah, because Alex is running that too. Yeah.
I didn't see Alex's trip. We had our
Oh, yeah.
Alex was here for a day or two, I think.
Yes, he was. Yep. And Corbett Austin is running the Boston Marathon
Yep,
this year.
Corbett
Shout out
Austin,
to our VP of operations
Vice
for any
President of Operations.
marathon runners. I always think that's so cool.
Coming up on 30 years.
It's amazing.
Pretty wild. We're so lucky at SPI to have such a tenured group of people.
No kidding.
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So cool.
Lee Up was, you mentioned he came over to the booth. He's been helping all week in the ballroom. He loves working the events in Vegas. He loves getting to see the bowlers and the pro shop operators. He's almost at 20 years in the store.
I was thinking he has to be.
Yeah.
He's got to be.
It's 17,
Yeah,
I think is what he
that's
said. Yeah.
I thought he started the year after I did.
Yeah.
And then I had a little brief stint where I went away for a couple of years.
Yeah, we missed you.
But I'm right back. I came right home. But I think I'm at 16 years with that little absence.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so he told me, and I feel the same because I'm at almost 9 years, which is ridiculous.
You're a rookie.
I am a rookie, which in most companies it's like you're at 9 years and you're like
Eternity.
old school, like
Retired.
but no. So, but he said to me today, he goes, "It feels like I just started yesterday." And
Wow.
he's been there 17 years. So it's
Well,
really cool.
that job's always evolving. You know, our regional sales managers, they're constantly doing matchmakers and trying out the new balls and seeing pro shops and working with different bowlers. So that job, not one day is the same. It's a lot different than going into the office.
Absolutely.
That job is pretty dynamic.
Yeah, he was quizzing me. I mean, we have Brett Cooper, another RSM here this week. He was quizzing me this week. He's like, have you ridden or worked an event with all of the salesmen? And I go, I actually think I have.
Okay.
The only one I've only worked events with, not really gone out and rode with them, is Ralph.
Okay.
But I've worked a lot of events with him, and he's fantastic. But our crew I like that they're all so different. Like if you meet our RSMs, each personality is a little unique.
Yep.
And it almost matches the territory they're in.
It does, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Hank Blumershine's done a great job of putting people in the right places with that because, and Ralph's he's been all over the country, but he's perfect in that laid back kind of, Florida vibe.
Yeah. He has that, what's that word, the, like, complimentary, I'm trying to think of the word. Everyone down south, they're all so polite. Like, and Ralph he's that person, right?
Yep.
He's always like, minds his P's and Q's.
Good old Southern boy.
Exactly, yeah.
Really, yeah, we'll do anything for you. I mean,
yeah.
I guess we had a foul. Is that a foul?
He fouled. He did. Yeah. So now.
Oh, there
this
we go.
actually.
This guy's made it. What do we got? Who's
41.
B here?
B is Trico. Trico Holland.
Oh, you picked some names.
I know.
Richmond, California. Needed the first one to just solidify itself because that one has 5, so they only take 2. Right?
Yes.
And
yes.
The E-bowler can still get out for 201.
Let me go over to the screen.
And the D-bowler, he can get out for 214. So as long as he's got just, some count here, he could go 9 out and secure his spot to the next round. Did you catch any of the PBA yesterday?
I did not.
We were kind of in here.
Yeah. I heard it was a good match. I hope I want to watch it back.
I didn't even get to see it.
I I don't even know what. Do you know what ball he was using?
I think he used an IQ Tour.
Oh, nice.
And an IQ Tour 78U.
Oh, nice. Good.
So
I would love to see that.
A little bit of urethane and a little bit of reactive.
Yeah, they. I loved his outfit though. I did see some pictures.
That was cool. That was like a new, I guess I read that Guppy used to wear those colors.
There's a picture where Guppy and him are side by side.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting fierce in here. You got people yelling and screaming.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but we're getting pretty close to weeding down the divisions, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think some of the divisions are going to be pretty skinny the next round. There might be 2 rounds left before we go to the grand finals. And for anyone that's watching now, we will be taking a break after this. We're not ending the stream, but we will
Congrats.
take a break while no one is bowling.
We had our friend from Brazil. He stopped over to say hello.
He's happy.
He is very happy, yes. Happy. Yeah.
There's this is an international tournament now too. We
is.
got Norway,
Yeah.
we got Scotland,
Sweden,
Mexico, of course. So it's man, what country will come next, Jamie? Which one?
We don't have any like a Japan or a Korea.
Yeah.
Like Southeast Asia.
Yeah, maybe we should talk to your friends. And
Did Marvin Hale was that Brooklyn?
it must be.
He looks upset.
Yes, that is Marvin walking off of the screen.
Why is he so down? He's got a huge break.
I don't know. His friend. I don't know what's. I don't know. He's yelling. He's yelling at himself right now.
He is. $550. They got a good finish here. Oh, that's got a push. Oh, it did.
It did.
Wow. So Marvin needs count because he's 2-0. Now he can strike out for 214. And only 2 go.
Yeah, 2 go.
Yeah.
So.
And the best Sam can get is 201.
Yep. So that was important for Marv, that last shot.
Yeah. I wish I didn't see it. I wish. Oh, that was a good shot. Wow. Giving him the scary stare.
I'm not crossing Marv. I'm not. I don't.
What's going on there?
Well, Marv he's intense. He bowls this event every year. I'm not messing with Marv.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with him. Still a good week for Sammy there,
Yeah.
Throwing it well.
I mean, Marv is from Thousand Oaks, California, so he is from that.
Is that
I don't know.
pretty rough?
Well, he was telling me earlier that there's high crime in the cities of California these days. That was not, but he's good to go. He's moving on. Little thumbs up.
Excited.
Little thumbs up. I mean, I would be excited.
Ear to ear.
So here's the big thing, right? So 30,000 up top for the person to win.
Yeah.
But then the progressive is in play.
I had heard rumors of something up to like 80 or 90,000.
It
true?
started at 83,000 this week.
True.
True.
So first place could win 90 grand. Or
whatever it is now.
north of 80.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Now, last year, the bowler that won was not in the progressive.
Right.
So you have to be in the progressive, and we'll get the sheet at the end.
Just $10.
This is what I've been telling people, and Norm and I are on this. We're gonna make a T-shirt next year. We understand Vegas is expensive. There are many restaurants that are very pricey these days, right? So we believe that if you are bowling the TAT and you've made an investment in yourself to come out here,
throw the $10 at it.
Skip the lunch one day, eat a hot dog at the hot dog stand
Oh, yeah.
for lunch, and put the money in the progressive.
Yeah.
Right? That's how I feel.
I like it.
All right, Tyler. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And fans out here, Storm Nation, I'm sorry we didn't really hit any bowling, but Norm Duke will be back in here. He'll give you
all the bowling.
Much better view of what's going on.
But you gave us some insight into Storm.
And if you want that, I got it. If you want to know what's going on past the foul line, I'm probably not your guy.
Well, Tyler,
I certainly enjoyed it.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for allowing us to come and hang out at the TAT this week and sponsor this great event, because we appreciate it. We love meeting all the bowlers.
Thanks isn't to me. It's a thank you to all the bowlers. It's to Storm Nation that has just continued to support Storm and its products and our values and our vision and our purpose of growing the sport of bowling. And I think there's no doubt we have the best fans in bowling, maybe of any sports at all. But our loyal Storm followers, we just couldn't do it without you. And thank you so much. Certainly appreciate you.
All right, we're gonna let you go, and you're gonna present the check later. Hopefully.
I think you got that.
All right, we'll discuss it. All right, we'll be right back.
All right.
All right, we are back, and Norm is back. Norm,
Hello.
you know what we missed when Tyler was in the booth?
You didn't miss anything because Tyler was here.
Well, no, Tyler said that he goes, "Don't worry, fans. The bowling talk will be back," because he gave some insights into Storm. But
Right.
it's always great Tyler's in here.
No doubt.
And we are. I don't know what round we're in. Do you know what round we're in? You don't know what round.
Round 4, 5, 4.
Round. Oh wait, this is round 3. I do know. Round 3. I think we have at least 2 more rounds in most divisions. Potentially 3 rounds in one division. But we are getting down to the nitty gritty. You'll see when I turn the camera, it is there's nobody bowling to the left of the bowlers in front of us. 37 and 38 has gone dark. But we do have 41 and 42 as well.
Right, and they say that some of the pairs only have 3 bowlers, right? So we have 3 bowlers over here and 5 bowlers in front of us and 6 bowlers over here, but then we have blackout pairs. We learned that the reason that is so that they can eliminate players down to 5. Otherwise, it didn't mathematically work because I was wondering, why is there dark pairs and there's 3 over there, 6, why don't you just open the pair up? But that's fine.
Makes sense. And it looks like all of these bowlers, right? 39 and 40 is 198. 189 and under division. What is the other sheets? I think. All right, so 189 and under division, which means we have handicap in play. But everyone's handicap is kind of right and the same. Juan has 27. Sheldon has 28. Michael has 30. Old Johnny has 28, and Jamal has 29.
Okay, so they're all within 3 pins. So we can just kind of forget that until the 10th and know that you win, you win. Really.
3-pin swing, maybe.
I mean, 3 pins is a lot, but not until the 10th frame.
Absolutely. On 41 and 42, we also have handicap because they also are the 189 and under division. And this one, there's a 6-pin swing, but again, just kind of comes down to the 10th frame. We're going to watch Jeremiah, Tyrone, Oscar, and Jorge. Norm, how's your TAT been? Been good?
Oh, my TAT has been busy. Very busy. There's just bowlers everywhere.
There are.
Yep.
It's nothing but bowlers.
Oh, no.
All
You
week.
can go to the go-kart track, and you will see Storm-branded shirts with names on the back. And you think, well, no, those people, they race. No, they don't. They bowl.
Oh, wait. You were not in the booth when we made this announcement. So there were 389 finalists this morning.
Wow.
And the finals payout today alone, $250,000 was paid out today.
That'll work.
1,400 bowlers total. That's the unique bowlers. And the estimated payout for the entire week, $700,000.
Yep, 700 large. And I don't believe that counts the progressive.
I don't think it does. I really don't, because that one is if they're in. So it could be 800,000. Because, that progressive is 83. Tyler didn't believe me. I'm like, no, really. That's what we got going on.
Yeah, most tournaments on the PBA Tour, just for those of you that are wondering, we had 144 entries. We had a PTQ to narrow it down to 144. Just the finals this morning was 3 PBA tournaments. And if you want to count the people who got eliminated, that was 6 PBA tournaments. So that's 9 PBA tournaments, all in 3 days for me, and I got to see them all. I got to see and meet every one of them.
That's awesome.
The beauty of it is, though, this is not my first TAT, and most of these TAT players have been here many years. So I'm getting to know them now.
Yeah.
First name basis with a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them actually would tell me, like, there was a bowler earlier. And actually, we should just ask this question before they get started. We'll throw this out to you. Here's a question. So I had a bowler this morning. He came in, and he was looking for some. He was actually, his initial question was, when you throw a urethane bowling ball versus a reactive ball, do you throw it with a different hand position?
Yes.
And why? Well, because what he was saying was he never his urethane doesn't do what everyone else's urethane
Of course
does.
it does.
Absolutely.
All right.
This was the conversation.
Hey, neither does mine.
Like, yeah, but so what is your strategy? Like, do you treat a urethane differently than a reactive? Of course, right?
Yeah, there's only one reason that I would throw urethane, and that is if the most of the room on the lane is in the early to mid part. So if the laydown area through the arrows and let's say to 30 feet, if that's where all the room is, I don't mind playing urethane because I'm trying to get a ball to read that without just going crazy, right? Now, if the area is down lane, I absolutely want a reactive resin just about all the time. I don't even care if it's a short oil pattern and it's going crazy. I'll just overthrow it to keep it from hooking a lot. Now then, what is the change of the method of throwing it? Most of the time, the guys on the tour, they say, I catch it for all I'm worth. Just catch it. You know it's not going to hook terribly, but you got to get it up and you got to get it to hit. So they are trying to wind the dog out of this thing. And they do, by the way. And a lot of them have so much of a rev rate, they're almost forced into urethane when they do the short oil.
Right.
I'm not, so I didn't have to go to
Yeah,
urethane.
I mean, you think of like Jesper Svensson, right, who has an enormous rev rate,
Yeah.
and you see him using urethane a lot.
A lot, of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
Right.
No doubt about it.
What I've heard people say often is that urethane makes the pattern longer, right? That's the, or it looks, or in your.
Urethane will track down oil
Right.
quicker than reactive. And then plastic's going to track it down quicker than urethane because oil absorption. So you got the same amount of ball that gets on, the same amount of oil that gets on the ball.
Right.
But the reactive resins and the really big hookers, it's sucking up into the pores there, not the plastics. It just lays on the outside. So when it gets down lane and it hits that dry area, it just disperses that oil down lane. So plastic balls make the back end tight. Tight means no hook. And then when you're striking a whole lot and there's very few spares going down the lane, that's when the guys, at least on tour, most good bowlers, they're going to start striking like no tomorrow because now they can move left and know that it's going to roll up on the back and it's going to hit the pins hard. So that's where the scores come from. As soon as those plastic balls start going down the lane at spares, with any kind of regularity, that's when your pace of scoring is going to come down.
100%. So, of course, this is the 189 and under division. So all these bowlers average below that 189, wherever they're from. On this pair, the 39 and 40, which I have up on the screen right here, we have the range of 183, 182, 184, 185, 186. So everyone is in that little
that window.
Right,
they're
right
all there.
under. Yeah, yeah, and that's a lot of bowlers. As we meet people at the TAT, everyone's story is a little different. They may have started bowling recently, and some of them have improved a great deal to get into this.
Right, they've graduated
area.
into the 189.
Exactly.
It's like it's a new nervousness for them.
Yeah, so it's fun to hear everyone's story and.
Yeah, I just talked to a group there was a couple that they met at the TAT 2 years ago. He proposed at the second TAT, and the third TAT, they got married.
No way.
Yeah, they met here, got engaged here, and then got married here. And
That's
so
funny.
They showed me the 3 pictures, the 2 pictures, of course, the first 2 years, and then we took another one. So we're adding to our.
Oh, that's now maybe they'll have a child, and they'll bring the child to the TAT.
That's next year. That's if he's lucky.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Isn't it? And now this time they both showed their wedding rings, in the picture and
Oh,
stuff. So
that's
things
adorable.
like that, like you say, everybody's got a story.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, it's a good shot at that 4-9, but 9 out.
Yes.
Now there's a lot of fist pumps here, but that knuckle job, that's no good. You know, there's two different fist bumps. One's in knuckles, no good, no good. And,
Yeah.
one of them's like the high five. That's good.
Yeah, right?
That's Sheldon right there. Keep in mind, they have not oiled these lanes since this morning.
Nope.
We were telling the people 2 rounds ago to start moving in,
Guess what?
and they're not. And then, you know,
Move
you look,
left.
and we're saying, look, we know that their averages are under 189,
Yes.
and that's on house conditions.
Yes.
They, at night, in a house condition, they can move only 2 or 3 boards and be fine because of all of that oil in the middle, but not at the TAT. It starts going, and there is not a puddle in the middle to go and just hang out in. No. So I would move everybody on this pair about 10 boards to the left. I'd start with Jamal right there on the left. Because if you're aiming at the head pin 2 times in a row and you miss it left both times with a really dull ball, I would get out of the dull ball and I would move left.
Well, he's doing half of that. He is putting the dull ball he's using away, which I agree with.
That's great. Oh, yeah. Here it comes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Vibo.
That one right there will get down the lane a little bit.
All right, Jamal, let's go. Jamal Lloyd here. It's got a pretty interesting shirt.
I am focused, intelligent. I am hardworking. I'm reading his shirt, by the way.
Great.
I am a provider. I work a.
He's
something.
fearless.
He's fearless.
Yep, and dedicated. And then the front is a bunch of leaders who are African American, which is, impressive.
You know the problem with the shirt? I'll
What's
just
that?
get that out of there. The problem with the shirt is everybody else is reading that, not him.
Yeah.
So you're training everyone that you're bowling against.
Yeah, they're believing in themselves.
Right.
They're like, yeah, I am focused.
I'll
Thanks,
tell you.
Jamal.
Next time, what you need to do is I choke. Just put all that kind of stuff on the back.
Yeah, really.
Right.
Sabotage.
Just, some of the things we think about as pros.
That's funny. That is true. His shirt is really inspiring for his competitors.
Yeah. All they it's the road map right there on the back. Okay, here we go on the right lane.
Yep,
3,
move
4,
left.
5, 1, 2. All right, I'm counting on lane 39 and 40. We have the same exact amount of opens as we do marks so far.
Wow.
We have 1 strike. So if you want to know how tough they are, all of these guys will be able to tell you.
They're tough.
When you see how everybody's in and up, head on, head on, head on.
Yeah. Good spare there. That was he is old Johnny.
Bull Johnny?
Old Johnny.
Oh, old Johnny.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. He's from Kongsberg?
That's old Johnny right there.
Yeah.
O-L-E Johnny.
Might be, yeah.
Maybe it's Johnny Ole.
That's what I'm wondering. I like these international names.
All right, let's see how Jamal does here. He made a ball change. Now, that wasn't bad. He just now needs to get his feet in there about another 6-8 boards. He could then throw that ball to the right, get it back, and it'd hold a little bit for him as well.
We're gonna have to ask Johnny. He's one of our Norway friends, so they. I don't speak the language of Norway.
I know some.
Do you?
Oh yeah, I bowl against them. Yeah. Yeah. If you bowl on tour long enough, you get just about all the countries in.
That's true.
Friends, you have friends in every country.
What's the hardest language you think?
Oh, by far is German.
German.
See, my best friend growing up was Brian Voss, and he was fluent in German.
Ah.
All right. So we went and did a German trip one time, and I had hung out with Brian for 25 years.
Yeah.
And I know everything about the guy, right?
Yeah.
And then he lands the plane, starts talking to these people, and it was the most. It was so taxing to listen to him speak German because German, there's a lot of effort.
Absolutely.
You know, it was just. And so I learned Wie geht's.
There's
That's what
passion.
I learned, Wie geht's. I learned also, Mach keinen Sinn. That means it makes no sense. because that's what I heard everybody say when they come back and they leave a washout. I say, my con's in, my con's in. I thought, okay,
It's funny.
I got to know what that means. Are they cussing me?
Really?
No.
That's funny.
Yeah, German, that was the hard. But Japanese, there's 2 or 3 ways to do it.
Japanese
You
sounds
got the characters.
angry.
You have the characters, and then you have the squiggly lines, and then you have the English version of Japanese, which we can read,
Yes.
Try learning all of them. Goodness. Hajime my state, by the way. All right.
So
We've got a clean guy coming up here on lane 41. He is not the only clean bowler. However, the only other clean bowler has a gutter ball on a spare.
Oh, dear.
I guess that's not clean anymore. I don't know.
It is clean.
It's clean. It's just not really squeaky clean.
Lost a little count, but I'm going with it's still clean.
Oh, that's a nice shot there by the left-hander there. That's for a double, too. Okay, now Jamal, he has a choice. He just left a 4-9, and he moved in just a little bit, and it wasn't quite enough. Another 2 or 3 boards would be perfect, right? I liked his shot. I just think he needs to move a couple, 3, 4 boards left. Well, he went and got another ball. I don't know if this is just a spare ball. Probably not, because it's dull, and, oh, that wasn't his best. So I would stay pat and move left. And I think he's going to try the red ball from now on.
I think that's a good decision.
To try the red ball?
Yes.
No.
No?
No, I think he should have stayed pat.
Ah.
Okay. Boy, everything we look up there, we see circles, 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 circles. Circles are splits.
So I want to comment. Someone on YouTube commented, "Wow, those guys suck." And I would challenge this person to come and bowl the TAT. If you could sit at home and say that someone is lesser than, because I think
Well,
these
they didn't
bowlers,
say lesser. They may suck too. I mean, it might be
good point.
it might be like a group.
But these bowlers work hard. They're amateurs. First of all, we're at the true amateur tournament.
They're amateurs.
So they
And their division, by the way, is 189 and below.
Yeah.
Which is the beauty of the TAT, is we can all play. And, they suck in comparison to who? Anthony Simonson? Of course they do.
Yeah, well, I suck compared to him.
But, they are not bowling against Anthony Simonson right now.
Yeah.
Or Belmo. So,
I think they're doing great.
yeah, the degree to which we suck has a lot to do with who we're bowling, right? And I say we because I bowled Walter Ray and Pete and all of them all of my life, and I sucked. So there.
There you go. You didn't. Yeah. See.
I took suck to a whole new level, Blair.
Oh my goodness. Someone wants to know, what is the best place to get news about up and coming tournaments? Let me show you all. This is where we are gonna go to trueamateurtournaments.com. This is the homepage for the True Amateur Tournaments you see right now. And look, there's an email you can sign up for when you go to this website. And right now they have some schedule updates right at the top. But the Progressive, look at this. $90,000 is in the Progressive pot.
Man, that's solid. I'd
Yep.
choke. I would. I'd choke for 90,000.
Yeah, and on this website you see down here, the Nationals is happening right now. There is a Desert Southwest Spring Shootout in Mesa, Arizona. There's another one coming, the Desert Southwest Morongo Classic. That's at Canyon Lanes in Cabazon, California. And then, of course, the Summer Classic is going back to the Orleans this summer. And that is where you should go to learn more about the TAT.
Yeah, and I'll see you there. Probably.
Yeah.
All right, we got the 8 spare right there on lane 39. That keeps him clean for a frame. He was struggling prior for that. A couple of opens before that spare. So, hey, look, sometimes you just got to stop the bleeding, before you can chain them up. Okay, he stayed with that ball, and he just overthrew the hook. So Jamal you can see everything he's tried so far makes perfect sense. It's just not quite enough. He should have moved more, and then he wouldn't have had to overthrow the hook. He would have been able to just throw his regular shot. When I say move more, how much? A lot, probably 3 to 6 boards to the left. And that's trouble. Okay.
All
That's
right.
6 out. And look, you just can't, throw it as hard as you can straight at the spares at least and get count. Because 6 out, that hurts you. That's too much. That's 2 open frames in one.
It sure is.
As soon as that guy said that, or that girl,
Mm-hmm.
about sucking, we've got 6 miss and then 7 miss. Not just miss, but air. 6 out, 7 out.
He jinxed them.
So I'm thinking he's at home going, hey, look, I wasn't guessing. But the way I look at this is these people are bowling on hard conditions, and they're usually bowling on house shots. So this is
Absolutely.
why they enter this. They're trying to get
Better.
experience and better.
Yeah.
And you know what? They put their own money up.
That's right.
And they're in this finals right now. And people that were gone 2 rounds ago made money.
Yeah.
And so, hey.
They are bowling on a Kegel pattern. They asked if they were bowling on PBA lane conditions. It is a challenge pattern. It's not a PBA pattern, but Kegel designs a pattern specifically for the true amateur tournament. And that's the pattern they are bowling on. And
30 mils, 41 feet, and 2-to-1 ratio.
which is hard.
That's hard. Yeah. That's even hard for us.
Yeah. And we are showcasing the 189 and below division right now. We have shown all the divisions today, actually. Everyone has come through this area, and we're getting ready for the grand finals. Now, the cool part of the TAT for our, back to what we were talking about earlier, like we're watching the 189 and division, 189 and under division.
Right.
You will never bowl if you're 189 and under and you come and bowl the TAT. Great shot by Jamal.
Nice. Almost
Nice.
made the big 4.
He almost did. If you come to the TAT and you're like, oh, I can't beat Norm Duke, although Norm's not eligible for the TAT. But if he was, I can't beat a bowler like Norm. Well, the thing is, you don't have to bowl Norm until the last game of the tournament.
Correct.
Right? So all of the bowlers that are in the 189 and under division with their handicap bowl against each other throughout the entire tournament, get down to the finals, and then every division bowls against each other.
That's correct.
So if you're concerned that you can't, I don't know. If you're just concerned, don't be concerned.
Right. Like there are banners for all the TAT winners in the squad room or right outside of it. And I recognize so many of the names, like Norm Palomares was my business partner at one point with NXT Bowler. And he's one. Sean Ryan, he is a Storm ball rep. And then I saw, anyway, there's a few that I know. Most of them I don't know.
Sure.
Most of them I would never have heard of because their averages maybe 189 and under, understand? So, yeah, don't be afraid of it. Come and embrace this experience if you come out to the TAT. Embrace it because these people that are here, they're loving it.
They're having a blast. And 1,400 of them came out this week. 1,400 bowlers.
Well, they were having a blast. Now the gentleman on lane 41, he just missed the 8-pin. He's not having a blast at the moment.
He's not, but it'll be a blast
It'll
again.
be fine.
You know what? I did good. Oh, good.
Barely.
God. Oh, he got it. I like his shirt says the bowling shop. That's a great name for a pro shop. The bowling shop.
This is the bowling shop.
That's it.
You can't be confused about what they do. You know?
Yeah, really. I was saying I took a walk down, tried to go get a cup of coffee on our little break, and there are some bowlers that unfortunately were eliminated, and we were just talking about how maybe a bowler missing a pin, they're unhappy. Mm-hmm. Getting eliminated, probably you weren't super happy in that moment, but then you walk into the tournament office and you collect your check, which is issued at the event.
Right
so
there.
you walk home with your check, and there were several downstairs having a little fun before with maybe some of their money
absolutely.
they just earned a
No
little
question
bit.
about it.
Right. And so it is a great week, great event.
Yeah,
Great
I've
time to
said
come to
probably
Vegas.
5 or 6 times, Blair. I said, well, y'all be careful, safe travel zone. Oh, no, we're just loading the balls into the back. We're going to come gamble. So, hey, when in Vegas.
Yeah, right? Why not?
All right, we're getting down to about the 8th frame now. Maybe we can give you a little heads up of what's happening.
Good shot there. Player E. That is Michael Alexander.
Yeah, and he's on a 163 pace. 156 pace up ahead of him, and a 197 pace. Let's see, 120. No, 187 pace on the lead. So 187 pace is the best. We have 187 pace also. So the two top bowlers on 39 and 40 are tied. One with a hammer and one with 9 spare. We got one guy, I think, that's just about has eliminated himself. That's Jamal here on the right lane. He's got 5 opens out of 6. So that's just not insurmountable is what that is. Insurmountable.
And he's leaving really tough ones to pick up, too. It's just not.
So
like, this is, according to the computer, this is where bowling makes me mad. According to that computer, this is a makeable spare. It's not circled. It's not a split. I know because the headpin's there. I know the logic.
Oh, but this is makeable.
All right. Well, Norm says
I think Jamal's going to make it. No, he's not going to make that.
Good try. It was a good attempt, but that
The flyby.
The OB.
Tom Cruise shot.
Jamal is laughing. He's like, I just can't. I can't.
Like, man, I got one mark out of there. Hey, Jamal, come on, man. I'm talking to him now. And he's playing like he doesn't hear me. I know he hears me.
We got a prediction.
I love it.
Oh, he said I should have had you sign my shirt.
That's what he said.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. I have signed some shirts this week, I tell you what. And it's an honor. It's such an honor for somebody to want my signature on their doggone bowling shirt. That's awesome.
Goody is getting ready for the grand finals. He says, I can't wait for that weird carry, which every year we have something strange happen where one strike will just, like, a 2-pin will trip for a strike to win. I think that's what happened last year. I mean, it's just, or maybe it was a reverse. Like the head pin fell last or something. I can't remember what it was exactly, but there's always something crazy.
Now, see, that was a good shot there on lane 41. I mean, that wasn't 6. Missed the head pin to me. I watched him get out. I mean, it looked decent. He's on a turkey. Looks like he's got it going, and he misses the head pin. They're hard.
They're hard.
Oscar Castillo here on the right lane, lane 42. He is a double and 1 open prior to this frame, and he's left himself 3-7-10. He's got a good shot at this. No. So he's pulling people back in play.
It's Mr. Sheldon there. But that's fair on 40. 41. That's the. I don't want to shoot this if I'm bowling this tournament. I don't want to shoot this spare. Do you want to shoot this spare?
I don't want to shoot any spare. I mean,
he's left-handed, but
I'm with
still.
you, but I don't want to shoot any spare.
Anytime there's a pin in the back, I'm freaking out.
Me too now because I can't tell whether there's double wood anymore because I don't see very good. So I have to ask the people, hey, is that double wood down there? And all I have to do is look up and it says 9 or 8 or, you know.
Oh, someone said in the chat they know the insider. If you get your shirt signed, it adds 20 points to your average immediately.
Immediately, of course. I'm going with that.
All right, Jamal gets a spare. Nice shot there. You know what Jamal did? He loosened up a little bit a minute ago when he cracked a joke.
Yeah,
I'm
signing that shirt before it's over too.
He was so stressed, and this is what happens, right? And when you're an amateur, you're not in a position like that. Like they've made it through a few rounds today already, you guys. There's a little bit of pressure. You start seeing that $30,000.
Well, not to mention, now let's think about it. How many games a week do these people bowl? Okay, it's not as many as me. No way. And our hands get hurt. I mean, they hurt it takes a couple 3 days before it starts really hurting. Okay,
Right.
no, not for them. It starts hurting in 3 or 4 or 5 games.
100%.
They are now on their 3rd day of extensive bowling. Some of them are bowling the marathon thing.
They bowled
So
6 days.
there's another thing they can't get out of their bowling balls because their hands are swelling. There's just so many different caveats
Yeah,
here that you have
Plus,
to
if
manage.
you're on a different, you may be in a different area, the West Coast. My hand always did different things in Vegas
Of course.
when I would come to bowl here, and you may not be eating your normal routine because when you're in Vegas, you're
Mhm.
going to eat really delicious food, but
Right.
that food might have butter and salt and all the things that might not
Then
be
you get
great.
the alcohol swell going on in the thumb, and then
Yeah, there's a lot of things to consider, but yeah, I just Jamal, he probably was a little nervous. Listen, if you're in this position,
you got
you're
some nerves. Yeah,
you're
there's some
nervous, right? And so he loosened up a little bit, threw a good shot, got a spare. Let's finish it out, Jamal. You got this.
Right.
And then Norm's gonna sign your shirt.
That is a nice conversion right there on a double. And that basically just says, I'm into the next round.
Absolutely.
Right there. If he doesn't spare that, then it could get interesting if other guys start chaining him up. But no, that pretty much puts him in.
Yep. So that is Juan. He is from Puebla, Mexico.
Okay.
Juan.
Here's Sheldon. He's got 3 opens with no doubles. He got there in that Brooklyn. So his max score right now is 90, 70, 60, 70, 186. No, 176. He's lost count.
And he so let's see here. So the 3, all right. Juan gets 27 pins of handicap. But again, it's only 3 pins. That's
They're only 3
separated
pins
in this,
difference, right?
So it really doesn't. Yeah.
Correct.
It doesn't matter. Let's forget
That's why I was giving Juan, he's in.
Yeah, Juan is in.
And we know that Jamal, he's out.
Yeah.
And then we have 156, 161.
We've got
and
Johnny,
these are,
Sheldon, and Michael are all fighting it out.
exactly. One of them has got 116 in the 8th, 121 in the 8th, and 134 in the 8th. So only 18 pins separate the second place people right now on this pair. We go to the right pair. There's only 4 bowlers there.
And between the 3 that are battling, Sheldon, Mike, what did we say? Sheldon, Michael, and Johnny, right? It's B, E, and C, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so between those, there's 2 pins. So Johnny and Sheldon have no handicap between the 2 of them. They're both 28.
Okay.
Michael has 30. So he has 2 pins on Johnny and Sheldon.
I think it's likely that player A definitely looks like he's in. He shot 209 and he is in the house.
All right, so what's happening on 41 and 42? Let's look at this.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Okay, so, 209 on
209
41.
is in the house. 190.
That is Jeremiah Jones.
He's
is
in.
in.
Nice. Look at this. They're streaming it all for lane 39 here in lane 41. Thank you. Thank you. I'd just like to say thank you to all of my friends. That was cute.
That is cute. So.
It looks like the 194 is.
Yeah, that one's in. 194.
Yeah, so we got 193
C,
in the bank. He's in. 194 with another strike, and he would be in.
Yeah.
I think he's in now. He's in now. So the top 2 players here on 39 and 40 are going to make it. That could be Juan and.
On 39 and 40, it is Juan and Johnny, who is from Norway. Norway continues on. And Juan is from Mexico.
Okay.
So,
and then both of the players on the left here are going to advance. And both of those players are left-handers.
Oh, interesting.
But remember, lanes 41 and 42, we haven't seen a right-hander get a strike on there for 3 rounds.
Nope.
So I like the left side on 41 and 2. I like the right side on this pair, but that pair, no.
Note to but it will be fresh. But note to self, a backup ball might come into play in the finals.
That's right. That's the TV pair.
Yeah. 41. Jeremiah and Tyrone are the advancers there. So, all right.
And that's so wonderful. I mean, Jamal just walked over there to congratulate his brother.
I'm
for getting
telling you, this is what the true amateur tournament is
That's
about.
why it's called the true
Yes.
amateur tournament.
Yes. And anyone at home, it's all about having fun, and it's a great event. Come check it out. We shared with you the website. You can join the email blast. Jamie does a great job sending out emails, keeping people updated. There are now TAT leagues. There are TAT regionals.
Love it.
There's TAT everything. Go be a TAT fan. All right, we will watch this pair finish up. And then, Norma, I think we're going to take another break. I'm not sure which division will be in front of us next time, but there will be someone.
That out. Yeah. But I tell you what, there are going to be, let's say, about 2/3 of the people on the floor that are eliminated, and
I think we're going to have one more round. I don't think we have 3 rounds. Someone told me we had 3 rounds. I'm looking around. I don't see how we can have another round after this. I think we have one more round, and then we're at the grand finals.
I don't know.
Norm's like, I'm not being quoted.
I don't know. They made the announcement. I don't know if you heard this. You were going for coffee.
I was.
But they made the announcement right before they started. They said, by the way, don't just scream bloody murder at the top of your voice when you can clap, you can cheer, but just don't scream bloody murder. And I said, that is never something I heard in my entire life.
You know what was happening? Here's what was happening. Here's the background on that. Because I heard Ed, the awesome announcer, the voice of the TAT, as we call him. He came in and he was saying, he's like, we've got to do something about the cheering. And we all looked at him and we're like, what?
What?
And he goes, no, I don't mean like they can't cheer. But apparently there were some fans that were getting very, very loud.
Of course they were.
For their bowler, but they were triggering other people in their backswing.
Yes.
And so he goes, I'm good. In the grand finals, they can be as loud as they want.
Of course.
But right now, yeah, you're right. There was but yeah, it did sound funny. Like we have to.
Yeah, and as a pro, we have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because when they start going after Belmo, or in my case, if they start rooting on me, it is disruptive to people that are bowling 15 pair down or whatever. We just have to know.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
There's nothing we can do.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't tell the fans.
Getting frustrated about it is not, you can't go and tell the fans. So we just have to time it out, and that was one of the things that you had to manage around. No, they just made the announcement, no screaming at the top of your voice. And I just stopped and looked up, I never heard that in my life.
All right, Norm.
All right, we'll take a break.
We'll be right back, and we'll have some more bowling in front of you. All right, we are back. Norm Duke is still here. Hey, Norm.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here.
You know, when you left us earlier and Tyler was here, everyone was still asking you questions.
Well, Tyler, I bowled on tour against him for about 5 years, so I'm sure he could have answered all the questions.
It was quite funny. Norm, we have two divisions here that this is their final round.
Right.
We have the 35 and under and 36 and above. And we will be watching them bowl. We have 3 bowlers in the 36 and above and 2 in the 35 and under.
And they're both scratch.
Yes.
All right, so they're finally in front of us. There's no handicap. Now, the last match, you know,
it was
wasn't bad.
barely,
It was 3 pins, so it was basically.
It still makes you a little paranoid when there's handicap. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm just always like, can something happen? Like, something could happen, right?
Well, I heard once from Nelson Burton Jr., longtime commentator for the PBA. He said to me, Norm, you're not going to be right every time. You just got to sell it. So,
all right.
If you're not right, you don't say I was wrong. You just sell it.
I'm going with that strategy.
That's what he said.
41 and 42 is Luis Fernandez and Duante Urabari. I butchered that. I needed to sell it. Okay, Norm, teach me how to sell it here.
Okay. I'm going to put my glasses on. So, God, Doug, it's hard to see. Luis Fernandez from Monterrey, Mexico. And then Dante Urabari, and he's from El Paso, Texas.
That is how you sell it right there, folks.
Now, Dante actually lives in a city where I used to go a lot to bowl tournaments. And Al Frank Catucci owned the bowling centers there. Plaza, Fiesta, and I don't remember the other one. But I used to go there and bowl tournaments. I used to go there and work out, and I'd stay with Al Frank Catucci.
That's awesome. All right. And then 37 and 38, we have the 36 and above division. Let me switch to those pairs really quick. We have Marvin Hale from Thousand Oaks, California. Josh Montgomery from Norway. I'm sorry, not Norway. Where's Flower Mound?
Flower Mound is in Texas, just I think up of Fort Worth.
Okay, Flower Mound, Texas. Josh Montgomery, and then Trico Holland from Richmond, California.
Okay.
So.
And they're on 45 and 6 off camera, correct? Or can you switch there? Yeah, you can switch there.
40,
nice.
Yeah, 41 and 42 we can see, and we can have, so we have both of these. And do I have one where? Let's see if we can see both. Oh, look, we can see both of them. Look at that. So we'll try to show you some action throughout this round, and one of these bowlers, well, actually 2 of these bowlers, one from each pair, is going to be bowling for $30,000 later today. Which is pretty exciting. All right, and they have about 30 seconds left in their practice here.
Once again, get us those sheets down to Norman office as quickly as you can. To our friends and family, thank you for being respectful last round. I really do appreciate that. There's no flash photography permitted, and no doors may be down in this team area. I see a bunch of people on board. Please step on down behind the chairs. I would appreciate it. When the late lights go on, we'll be clear.
That is, if you can hear in the background, the voice of the TAT, Mr. Ed. He's been here all week. He loses his voice every year because he's talking all week long, giving the important instructions. He does a great job with the announcements. And he just announced that, it is tough, right? We've been talking about how great the Gold Coast is, but there is just not a lot of concourse behind us. and some people had gone and sat down in the bowlers area, and Ed was asking them to respectfully leave the bowlers area to the bowlers, which is great because you may forget when you're sitting down there that people are bowling for a lot of money.
Yeah, and even as a pro, that's like, for me, out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go. That's the players area. I am not a player.
Absolutely. All right, so we were talking last round about if you have some nerves, they start appearing. But man, if you have some nerves, they're appearing this round too.
Oh yeah, the nerves have been there. They're actually starting to calm down. First two shots of every game will be, the nerves will be there. But then because they're calming down, and it'll rest a little bit until the 10th frame, and then they come in spades.
It's like a wave. You ride the wave. All right, so Marvin Hale there on 37. He left a lot.
5-count washout. Yeah.
He got half.
Yeah, he did. Now,
and that is Josh Monk. No, I'm sorry. That is
Trico Holland.
that you just saw.
Correct.
Over on 41 and 42, Luis and Dante.
Yeah.
They both are striking.
Yeah, both started with a strike. Now, I'll tell you
nerves.
what, if you want to watch, Dante here, he's up on 41. Now, keep in mind, whoever wins here goes to the finals. They will be bowling on the telecast, right? But we made comments watching in practice where Dante was playing in an area that nobody yet has tried.
Nope.
He's wheeling.
He's still there.
He is. Now, I'm telling you.
Oh,
they're playable, yes, but you better be good. Now, Walter Ray would be out there right now, I guarantee it. But he's really, really good. Now, I think he's going to do fine. But I'm just going to put it out there. That's feast or famine, and he could do either. So
it's true. Yeah,
that's the part about it I love. I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's the part I love is when somebody makes that call right there and says, no,
I'm going to give it a go.
Yes,
right?
That's right.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I don't know what I'm not sure where he was bowling before. I didn't see if this is what he's been doing the whole time. But he's very confident in this decision.
Yes. He never even tried left of third arrow.
Right.
He tried 2 or 3 balls from, let's say, 4 to 1, 4 to 5, 4 to everything was right, and everything was kind of trying to float to the gutter. Which, unless that gutter's hooking, that's just out of bounds when you have this much oil, this much length.
I haven't seen the gutter hook once.
We've seen a lot of balls go in.
I have.
All right, here we go with
Marvin Hale.
Marvin Hale again on lane 38, right after a 5-count washout and spared it.
Good shot there.
He's just a grinder. You know?
He is.
All right, good spare there.
That's Luis Fernandez.
Yeah.
Part of the Mexico crew.
And we get to cheat there because he's got his name on the back of his shirt. Big enough I can read it. Thank you, Luis. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Here on lane 37.
Mr. Josh. No, I keep getting it wrong. That's Trico.
Trico Holland.
Trico Holland. Now, Trico is wearing one of those cool Rotogrip shirts that Kulik made for the TAT a few years ago.
So it's not his first trip here.
Nope.
Ooh, very nice shot there, Luis, for a stone 7-9. He got the 7 out late, but ooh, that could have been a strike. All right, Trico out of the ball a little bit early. If you do that here with this much friction in the head area, it will move left early. If you get through it and you get long through it, then it'll hold line when you miss left a pinch.
Absolutely.
But not if you get out of it early. All right, good spare.
That was a great spare. He keeps looking at his thumb. And you mentioned this earlier about, a lot of games, a lot of maybe wear and tear that these bowlers are not used to.
That's exactly what he's doing right now. I recognized it too. He looks at it because it's dragging. He doesn't know whether to do something to the ball or just leave it. I would do something, but I suggest for him to leave it. unless you know exactly what you're going to do, you could really create a big problem there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different things that could be happening. And, you just hope it doesn't open, right? That's the key.
Exactly.
Right?
And that
The
may be
worst-
why he's checking it, Blair, just to make sure it's not open.
Right.
Yeah, there we go. See that shot right there? I thought it was great. And you see him say wow to himself. That ball overhooked when he floated to the gutter. Now, that is a good sign for me. If it overhooks when I throw it to the gutter, oh, man, that's going to get me really excited. So he may all of a sudden love what he's doing. All right, good shot, Marvin Hill there with the double. So that was a 5-count washout. Back to back.
Yeah. Cool.
Back to back jacks. Who says that?
Randy?
No.
Who?
Rob Stone.
Oh, Rob Stone. Yeah.
Back to back jacks.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Now, Rob hasn't been on a TV show recently. I don't know where
No,
Rob
that's
went.
why we're kind of missing the what was it? The four, not the 4-timer. What does he call
Oh,
it?
he calls it the ham bone.
Ham bone.
The ham bone that no one else can say except I just said it. So,
Yeah.
sorry. Never mind.
Oh, really nice shot there, and he's going to leave a 210 on that shot. That was really good off his hand. That would be Josh.
That is
Josh Montgomery.
Yep, Josh Montgomery. Good shot by Trico.
Yeah, Trico. He's trying to bail that open up, but the good news is, you know, he's got a split looking at him over there.
All right, so Dante here, his strategy is not working, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It's not working, but it's not working yet.
Right.
And that's quite kind of good. All right, he's 3 pins behind. If he can make the spare, that's got to have some help.
It did.
All right, so he got the spare. He's only 3 pins back, so it's not working.
Yeah, right.
And Luis Fernandez, his last shot was that stone 7-9. So he's lined up on lane 41. If he can make a good shot on 42, I think that he's going to go to 41 with a good shot at a double. And there's our grinder, Marvin Hale. He just finds himself right there every single game. Like 10 pins ahead of everybody else after 3 frames. That's where he finds himself every game.
You know, Marvin has bowled a lot of tats, and he told me earlier this week he thought this may be one of the last times he comes to the tat, which I was surprised. I'm like, what? You come every year? He goes, no, I'm getting older. It's just there's things. So if he indeed makes it to the finals, when he was quoted as maybe, not will be, maybe one of his last times.
Well, if he wins, he's going to defend. All right, so let's.
Well, you can't defend. You have to wait a year. You can't come right back.
Are you kidding me? Like, if you win the TAT, you can't come back for 2 years? What are they thinking? What are they thinking? All right, I never heard of that in my life.
So there's many rules that make this the true amateur tournament, including
like you're a pro if you win it. There you go. 189 and under won it, and they can't come back. All right.
For a year. You sit it out. I don't know if it's a full year or if it's the next TAT you can't come to.
Oh, because there's 2 a year, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, you just blew my mind.
Norm is mind blowing.
By the way, we don't want you to defend your title. All right, so we did get a double on that open by Josh Montgomery. We got the hammer up with Tarico over there, and then going for the 4-bagger here in the early lead is Marvin Hill. Now he's going to get 7 on that turkey with a tough spare, pulling everybody back in play. Remember, whoever wins this match, they go on to the finals.
So the Scratch TAT champions in Las Vegas must sit out for one tournament. If $10,000 was won in the 215 division, the bowler must bowl in their age division. Any 189 division bowler that reaches the TAT top 5 must bowl in the 215 or the 215 age division in their next TAT tournament.
Oh, they have to upgrade.
Yes. So if you're the Scratch TAT champion, that you have to sit out. But then
all the others just upgrade.
Upgrade, yes.
That's a heck of a shot right there. Tarico. That's for a turkey. So he covered that open in the second frame nicely. So he is still down by 11, but yeah, he's down by 11 because Marvin Hale did make that spare.
Yes.
Right now, Josh needs this doubled on the open. Yeah, this I don't know about the strategy now because he changed balls and one of them. Yeah, neither one of them got through. They both hooked early, but one hooked early and sailed the headpin to the right, and one hooked early and went right through the head-on area. So he either needs to go back to the black ball and believe in it, or he needs to make the big jump left. Now, the good news for him is that Luis, his opponent, did open in the fifth frame. So it gave him a little bit of a chance to find something, right?
It did. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that strategy over there. But you know what? I like the confidence in it.
I would either go to the black ball and stay with it, or I'd make the Mother May I left. And I mean, I'd go all the way in, maybe about fifth arrow, and I'd float it and hope. Kind of like what Luis is doing here. He's probably about 5 boards right of where I'd be, but that looks like a nice shot.
Oh, my.
Ooh, shred,
Wow.
shrapnel.
Strike for Marvin.
Nice, Marvin.
Regina's calling out Marvin in the chat. She says, Marvin says he's not coming back every year.
You know what? That sounds like Norm Duke. That was my last 10 years on tour.
I'm not coming back.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
And then you were really done and no one believed you, right?
Yeah, and then I said, I'm done. And everybody's like, yeah, we'll see you next week.
And you're like, no, really.
Yeah, and then they called me up and said, you were serious.
And you're like, yeah, I told you. Ah.
Oh, that was a really good pair of shots there by Luis Fernandez. And he didn't take the lead, but he certainly got to within 3 pins with the hammer up. And he knows that. I forgot his name.
Trico?
Dante. He knows that
Dante.
Dante is lost.
Yeah.
So that double right there in his mind is huge. Forces some pressure, too.
All right. Trico missed left off of his sand, and you could visually see that he was not happy with that one.
Oh yeah, that blue ball. Got to get it out. Got to get it out of it. Just put it in the bag right now. Okay, this is trouble for Josh Montgomery right here. He's got the 5 count washout. Ooh, almost a spare there. 5 count washout. The worst part is he's got no doubles in an open, and right above him, Marvin Hill got a turkey and no open. That means he's 30 and count behind before he shoots this. I call it a split. You did too.
It is a split. I don't care. I don't agree with the score.
Oh,
good shot.
That's
Good
why they
pickup.
don't. Hey, that's why they don't call it a split.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
okay. But if it was like I don't know, scoring monitors should be
A
circled.
310 is a split, and a headpin. A 310 is not. All right, I don't get that either.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is
All right.
when I don't agree with bowling.
This is a big shot here for Marvin on lane 37. He's on a strike. We call that the hammer. He's got a lead. And this could really put the heat on people.
Oh, he liked it.
Oh, and he knows it too. Look at that.
Oh,
He's
my
running it
goodness.
out. Yeah, we'll see you next year, Marvin. He'll be in the 235 and above though.
I'll tell you. I think he may be going to the finals for all the Marvin Hill fans.
I do too. But
Yeah,
you know what? I've thought a lot of things in the 7th frame before that I was wrong.
that's true. I mean, anything can happen here.
All right, he went back to the black ball here with Dante. And he is lost. Now, I told you before we started, this strategy is feast or famine. I have seen 0 feast,
Yeah,
which means what? Famine.
yeah. I agree. You pointed it out in practice. You said, "Hey, look what he's doing," and yeah, I don't know. Maybe a pair he was bowling on before this was allowing him to play
quite
that,
definitely.
right?
Oh, yeah, quite definitely. Where you think you've got something that nobody else has, but then you were on a pair that was
Just-
conducive to it. Yeah, well.
Ray, no, Marvin is in the 36 and above. He's in the age category. That is the classified division he is in.
Okay, so he's already scratched.
Yeah, these
so
are scratch bowlers.
they can't upgrade him to the 236 and
He's
above.
sitting a year off if he wins.
All right, this is for the turkey and to really put the another solid 9. That's why I quit bowling right there, folks.
You've said that like twice. 8
Yeah.
pin and 9 pin. Those leave some bad memories.
Mm.
All right, here we go. Marvin Hale.
This would put him, he's right now at 227 clip. This would put him at 237. That's about the max any of the other two could get if they strike out. And that.
Great shot. Great shot.
That was just pure as the driven snow. I got to get his autograph on my shoes. Marvin, come sign my shoe, would you?
All right, there are a lot of questions in the chat and comments. First of all, we have someone's commenting on the camera angles. Now listen, we have been live all day for you guys, and we're trying to give you a little bit of the action. When the final match is on, you will get a straight angle view at the final TV pair. We'll have a couple different angles. I promise you will not be unhappy.
Right, but right now we are right behind a blank pair, and we don't have cameras for that. And we know, and we're sorry.
Yeah.
But we'd rather show you this than not show you anything.
That's where I'm at. Okay, so the next question, is there a bracket somewhere to look at? And that, I don't know. The TAT has an app, but I'm not sure they're really live updating that. But if you're here in the building, there are some papers and things you can look at.
And that doesn't do you very much good. And we know that.
Yeah.
But if we knew a better answer, we'd give it.
I'm just giving you the answers I know. Be here next year. That's what I say.
Josh.
Marv will be in the 50 division. There's no way. Is Marvin really almost 50 years old? Regina, are you joking with me? Because he could be in the senior division. Is that possible? I've known Marv a long time, so it's possible, but... Yeah, there's a little frustration.
See, 39, 189 is his max. 191 is where Lewis is sitting right now. So he needs to spare this, strike out in the 10th to force a mark and great count, not good count, like 9 spare 9 or 9 spare strike from Luis. That's where we stand on 41 and 42. If he does not make the 6-10 spare right here on lane 42, he will be eliminated. I'm going out on a limb. That'll spare.
That's a good spare.
So we're still in it. All right, so we move back over here to lane 38. This is where you have Josh Montgomery on a double. Almost has to strike, of course.
Gets that
No,
OB.
no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No,
that
Marvin
one's over.
is-
Marvin's
yeah,
got 240 clip. If he opens, he's in 230s. He hasn't lost much count. So, yeah, that one, Marvin will advance. Congratulations, and we'll see you next year, Marvin.
Well, he still has to win first. Marvin made it to the grand finals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
We'll see you next year.
Norm is confident. He is pretty locked in. I gotta say, I haven't seen anyone. Now we're not watching every division, but the look he has.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone with that this week.
Well, it sure is a lot better look than what I'm watching from Dante here. All right, Dante, he's 56, 76 is his max. Yeah, he's eliminated.
It's a great shot by Josh. I love the bowling shop. That's awesome. His shirt says, Josh has the bowling shop. I want to go visit the bowling shop because I just love the name of it.
Well, it's a great spare right there, but to know about, I mean, really all Luis has to do is get 7 on the front first ball.
I'm going to show Marvin, and then we'll go over to the...
Oh, that's left.
That is left. I jinxed him because I said that I haven't seen anyone with the look that he has, and then he did that.
Yeah. They're hard, folks. They're really hard. You know, we were talking about, I say talking to. We were responding to Del Ballard earlier in
We
the day.
were, yes.
I'd love to see Del Ballard in his heyday right now, right on these lanes. He would. I mean, he was a master at the really tough inside shot. Just a master. That's why he won the U.S. Open. I mean,
All right, here's Luis. Oh, my.
173, 51.68. That's still a winner.
Okay. I have a pole right in my view of the. I keep having. If you see me lean towards Norm, I'm trying to see.
Well, I tell you what. Had Dante threw a strike in the fill ball, then
Yeah.
it would have been a little more interesting. All right, that's 176 and a winner by 3 pins.
So we now know that Luis and Marvin Hale will be moving on to the grand finals.
Yeah, and if you think at home, no, that's not for me and all that, I'm going to show you right here. We got scratch players. 176 moved in.
I heard Norm 2 makes you smile all the time. Appreciate you watching, man. Love watching you all the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dante.
This is so awesome.
God, Dante's going to make me cry here. We're live on the.
Oh,
golly.
Don.
I mentioned Al Frank Catucci just a minute ago. I said, oh, yeah. Folks.
Yeah. Thank you.
God love you, too. Oh, that is,
It's sweet guy.
it makes me cry.
I know, right?
Yeah, it does.
I'm tearing up over here.
He's in his 20s probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm almost 60. I'll be 60 in a month. And they know me. They know who I am. And that is so weird, but it's such a beautiful thing, Blair.
Norm, I don't think you can walk in a bowling center and someone
Right, but
not
the
know
guy
who you
just
are.
bowled 173 to get beat by 3 and then
He
walks
said
up.
he goes, I just lost my chance to bowl for $30,000.
know.
Poor guy.
I know, and he's smiling at me, telling me,
Oh.
such great things.
Yeah.
Folks, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that from you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's why we like bringing you to events, Norm, because you're just a great person, and you make people feel great. So you can make someone who's unhappy happy in a minute.
And I didn't do anything.
You just were yourself.
We got a Tyler Jensen sighting.
Marvin Hale will move on to the grand finals. And we are going to take a break, and we will be right back.